Milton.
Mr. Speaker, I've been listening to the excuses that the Prime Minister continuously gives to this House and to the Canadian public with respect to his unwillingness to transfer Terri-Lynne McClintic from a healing lodge with no fences and no barriers back to where she came from, a Grand Valley institution with fences and bars. Mr. Speaker, I understand that the government won't be voting in favour of our motion today, but I'm wondering, does the Prime Minister know whether or not there's going to be some of his backbenchers who are going to see the light and know that this is a moral issue and that they should do the right thing?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I would indeed suggest that this is a moral issue. This is about the contrast between a party and a government that respects the rules, that respects the independence of our judicial system, that appreciates the professionalism of our correctional services, and a party of ambulance-chasing politicians who are, quite frankly, demonstrating a contempt for the principles of law and debate in this House that is inexcusable.
Order. The honourable member for Milton. Order.
Well, Mr. Speaker, at least the Prime Minister can show some kind of emotion, even though it's self-righteous indignation that we would actually question him on an issue as making sure that convicted killers of children are in appropriate institutions, both to protect the integrity of the system, of the justice system, but as well to protect the public and any visitors within that institution. If he's blind to it, get out of the way and let us go back to government and get this right.
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it was under the Conservatives that the decision was taken to reclassify from a maximum security to a medium security. Of course, Mr. Speaker, we point out that I'm sure they just followed the recommendations and the proper functioning of their public servants, of the professionals in our corrections agency when that transfer happened. All we are asking is that they continue to respect the system in place that we have asked be verified, be followed up on to ensure that all the rules were appropriately followed.
The honourable member for Milton has a point of order arising out of question period.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in the course of question period today, the Prime Minister answered a question which I posed to him, and in it he indicated that I was an ambulance chaser. And an ambulance chaser, Mr. Speaker, is a term for an unethical lawyer. I am a lawyer in my profession. I take great offense to being called an ambulance chaser. And I'd like to give the Prime Minister the opportunity to do the right thing and apologize, since only last evening he said himself he wasn't going to play this kind of politics.
Leader of the Opposition is rising on a point of order.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. The member for Malton, the Deputy Leader of the Conservative Party, has just asked the Prime Minister to apologize for using an unparliamentary term. So I'd like to know from you, Mr. Speaker, is ambulance chaser an unparliamentary term?
I thank that member for raising this. I'll look at this and come back to the House if necessary. A moment, please. Pardon me, the Right Honourable Prime Minister is rising in the same point of order.
Mr. Speaker, I would ask all members of this House to begin to respect a little bit more the sanctity of this place, of respecting that robust debate can happen, but dragging the name of a family or indeed the stories of tragedy should not be a cause for political attacks in this place.